Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be making a gingerbread wreath and a pick. We're going to be using the IOD Blitz Mould and the amazing casting resin. You can find a full product list in the description of this video and all your IOD and Dixie Belle needs on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Let's get started. Firstly, I'm going to be mixing up my amazing casting resin, mixing part A and part B and carefully pouring them into my snowflake molds. I will then have to wait about 15 minutes and then I can take my castings out and I'm just carefully cleaning up and peeling off any of the excess resin. Next, I'm using Dixie Belle's Pumpkin Spice limited edition fall colour. It's a chalk paint, so adhesion is not an issue, and this colour is a perfect choice for gingerbread. I'm then using a small artist brush with the colour Fluff by Dixie Belle, and I'm very carefully hitting the higher points and picking out certain details in each of the snowflakes. I found that if I held my brush at a almost flat angle, that it only hit the parts that I wanted. So as you can see, I have cast a bunch of the snowflakes. We're going to be using these in a lot of projects in this video and videos in the future, so I wanted to make sure I had a lot. I've made several of each of the snowflakes except for the larger snowflake design. Today I am using a ready-made plywood wreath that I bought at a local store. Now, if you do not have this on hand, you could perhaps recreate this by making your own wreath out of a couple of layers of cardboard. So here you can see that I'm just playing around and working out how I want my arrangement to sit. So I'm going to have some that are in direct contact with the plywood wreath base and others that are going to be layered on top. So I'm just trying to work out a balance here to see how I want them to look. Once I've worked out how I want my snowflakes to be arranged, I'm going to be using a combination of a strong wood glue and a super glue. So I'm using the wood glue on the snowflakes that are making direct contact with the plywood, and I am using the super glue on anything that is going to be overlapping and layered. I just want that to stick pretty quickly so that the ones that are overlapping and are layered don't fall off while the others are drying. The super glue that I'm using is called Gorilla Super Gel Glue. In hindsight, I've decided that I probably should have painted the plywood wreath base with pumpkin spice first, but here I'm just going in, and anywhere you can see the hint of the plywood, I'm just dabbing on a little bit of extra paint. Next, I'm attaching a little screw-in hook, and that is going to be used to hang the ribbon from that I'm going to be attaching. I thought that this black and white buffalo check ribbon went perfectly, so I'm folding it in half so that it will fit through the smaller hook. And then I thought about doing a bow, but decided that was a bit too much, so I'm just going to have that hanging. Here I am hot gluing the two ends of the ribbon together, so it has a bit of a neater look while it's hanging. Stay tuned to see how it turns out. For our next project, we're going to be creating a pick that you can put in a tree or you can put in vases. So I'm just using some wire here and I'm using some pliers to cut them to length. I'm going to be cutting 3 different lengths for each of the pick stems. So here I'm just working out, which one I want to be smaller, which one I want to be longer. In hindsight, I think I probably would have made the center stem a little bit longer, so I had a bit more to work with when I'm putting it in the tree, but that's okay. I'll remember that for next time. Next, I am bending and twisting and joining the 3 stems together. This is pretty straightforward. The wire is pretty easy to bend. I'm just being a bit careful and I'm sort of tightening it and squishing them together with the pliers there. Next, I am using some Florist tape. This is a brown color, so I thought that it would blend in well with the tree. So I'm just wrapping it around. This was a little bit time consuming, which is why I've sped up the footage there, but I am going up the center stem first, and then I'm going up each of the additional stems, just wrapping it around. It's wonderful and sticky, so there's no issues with it adhering. Now, if I had have been able to have some brown Florist wire, I wouldn't need to do this step, but I was just trying to work with what I already had. I'm then arranging my snowflakes, working out how I would like them to sit on the stems and how many I want. I went with an odd number here. Odd numbers tend to look a lot better in decorations. Once I've worked out where I want them to go, I'm using Gorilla Super Glue to adhere them. So I'm putting the glue on the stem and then placing the snowflake on the stem. I've got it probably going up about halfway across the snowflake, and I'm just repeating the steps for each of the different snowflakes. I'm then using a spray adhesive on each of my snowflakes. I'm spraying a little bit on each one, and then I'm going to leave it to get tacky. I'm then coming in with some wonderful glitter. I wanted to add a little bit of bling to these, so I am just using my little shaker top there to distribute the glitter, and not too much. I don't want to go crazy here, but a little bit of glitter is always wonderful in Christmas decorations. And here is our finished gingerbread wreath. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think that it is so beautiful, and it's great to find another way to use those snowflake molds. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. Hit that like button if you like it. I think you could definitely turn this into a larger piece with a larger plywood base. The gingerbread pick, I think, looks super cute in a tree. You could definitely add more snowflakes if you wanted, or not worry about the glitter if it was a bit much for you. I think that it would look great in a vase too. If you're not already, I'd love it if you could hit that subscribe button, and make sure you check out the other videos in our IOD Christmas playlist. We have lots of festive craft ideas for the season. You can head to our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au, for all of your IOD needs. Thanks for watching.